I had to stop being so understanding. I was overlooking the disrespect. Shout out to the Afro Zen for that quote. Thank you so much. You're definitely a real one. That is facts on facts on facts collective. If you clicked on this message, it's because you've learned how to love people from a far distance now, far, far away. Okay? And that is for your best. And, that's for the benefit of you, right, collective? Because you have such a good heart, big heart. You just want to love and care for everybody, and that was your downfall at one point, because there were snakes in your grass that you were caring for, people who were secretly in competition with you, secretly envious of you, right? And there were a lot of people who were actually disrespecting you to your face, and you didn't even know it at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because you were so loving and understanding, and you just wanted to understand people and connect with people, and you just wanted to share your good heart with people because that's just who you are, right? And you know I feel like you probably had a kind of inkling or a sense with some of these people that they weren't too good. I mean, some of these people even showed you that they don't care for you or they disrespected you, but then you forgave them and gave them that same access again, right? And they would just keep playing with you, right? And at one point, it became a shit show for you. Like, people literally would just pass you around, taking advantage of you. And I'm not saying it like that, so get your minds out of the gutter, okay? But what I mean is, you build up this reputation for being a people pleaser, within your family, within your work, how you show up. You were always saying yes to everything, never really saying no. You know what I'm saying? You were dependable for people, and people took advantage of that. People overused and abused you. You know what I'm saying? So when I say pass around, it was like you were a recommendation. You were the secret talk of the town or the talk of your family behind your back, right? And you were just being, because you were so giving and willing and like kind of desperate, people played up on that. You have family members just using you maybe to watch their kids or using you for something else, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't really have the best intentions for you, or they didn't really truly care for you, right? People knew that you would give your all and help. So these manipulators would eat that up. You were their 5-course meal. You were their desired piece of property that they wanted to obtain and just use and abuse. Maybe some of you guys were in relationships with toxic people, manipulators, and you've overextended your stay and you found yourself drained and tired, and taken advantage of, But somewhere in your life, it clicked for you, because it's just like you couldn't understand. Like, you started to feel depleted, because you were outpouring all of your energy into these other people, but they weren't pouring back into you. They weren't showing you that same love back. They weren't uplifting you when you felt down, when you felt insecure. They weren't being the good person that you were being to them, right? And you found yourself always falling short. You found yourself with your cup empty. You know what I'm saying? And you realize that, wait a minute, these people are not, they listen, they don't deserve me. You know what I'm saying? So you learn how to love people from a far distance now. And it's no disrespect and it's no love lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be cordial with people now, collective, and you'll help somebody out, but you're not about to overdo it. You know what I'm saying? If people come to you with their issues and problems, you listen, you're a listening ear, but you're not out here quickly, willy-nilly, well, let me help you out, or I'll just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? And people feel that now. Maybe in the past when people came to you with their problems, or they needed money or needed a hand to lend, you were always there, willing and ready. But now you leave people to their own problems and figure it out. you know, because you realized that it was costing you too much. Like, and they were just using you to help get them out of a situation, right? And then they dropped you like a bad habit once they were good and in the clear. So you started looking at people differently. You started to pour that energy back into you. You know what I'm saying? And you distance yourself from these types of people, right? And it's not like you're being bitter or cold, right? It's just, hey, this is what that. Listen, you, what is it going to be? You going to deplete me until there's nothing left, and then what? You gonna move on to the next? No, you see the collective. You had to realize. Wait a minute, I matter too. I deserve to be treated like a decent human being, right? I know my worth, right? So if these people are not gonna treat you right and, you know, treat you how you treat them and show you appreciation, hey, you fall back. And that's what you did. You fell back, collective. So it's no love lost, but don't think that you're about to just be willy-nilly helping people, you know? And that's a good thing for you, collective. Like, I'm so glad that you learned how to love people from a distance, so you don't harbor hate or resentment or grudges towards these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just leave them be. Leave them where they at. You know what I'm saying? You keep your heart clean. You keep a light heart, and it's all good for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the best thing you could ever do, because you're looking good, collective. That peace looks good on you. That selfishness and loving people from afar and loving you wholeheartedly, yeah, that was needed, okay? Because now you've created space for people who actually are going to love you and appreciate you and understand you and not be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cut out all of those people, so now you have room for people who actually do honor and appreciate you. Like, that's just the best thing for you. And even if you don't have those people right now, you're good with being, you know, on your own, right? Because it's that much more peaceful, you know, and you don't mind at all, collective. And I love it. So if this sounds like you and this message resonated anyway, let me know down in the comments below, okay? And if this is your first time here on my channel, make sure you subscribe if you enjoy our content, because, you know, it's a vibe over here, baby. Thank you guys for continuing to support my channel. I love y'all. It's Karkar. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.